Good morning, students. Today we have to move for the next. Almost it is a last topic in the lesson, social religious reformation. Till to yesterday we learned about the Anibizant and everything. So today we have to know about the contributions of Theosophical Society to India in the to change the society, or in the topic of social reformation, that is Theosophical Society. Theosophical Society. Keep in mind. This is Theosophical Society. So this Theosophical Society is also one of the organization was established by Madame Blavatsky and H.S. Alcott. Keep in mind, this is Madame Blavatsky. Pronounce this again. Madame Blavatsky and H.S. Alcott. H.S. Alcott. Okay. This Theosophical Society was founded by two members, that is the Madame Blavatsky and H.S. Alcott. The main aim of the Theosophical Society is the comparative study of the various religion, philosophy and the science. Okay, what is mean by comparative study here? Comparative study in the sense, so they do the comparative study of various religion in the sense, that is, I told already, Hindu religion or Muslim religion or Christian religion or both, like that. And also the philosophy. So philosophy in the sense, Indian philosophy written by many philosophers, foreign philosophy written by many philosophers, like that. And science also. Science in the sense, comparison between the Indian scientists and their work, comparison between the Indian philosophers and other country philosopher, comparison between the Indian religion and other country religion. So like that they do. Okay, for that only they have established. I mean, so in any religion we can get the good point. Why? To bring the reformation in the society, to bring the changes in the society, so that then that is easy for them actually to reach the, or to create the awareness to the people. So for that sake they have studied, I mean comparative, they do the comparative study among the various religion, various philosophy and various science. And that they declared, Madame Blavatsky and H.S. Alcott declared the universal brotherhood. Universal brotherhood means feeling of brothers and sisters. Yes, the world people must feel as a brother and sister. That is called as a universal brotherhood. And also they promote the people to study the ancient religion. Okay, because many of them stick on to the modern religion, but they forgot about the ancient religion and the customs and everything. So that's why they promote the people to study the ancient religion. So this is about Theosophical Society. So yesterday you learnt about the Annie Besant. Annie Besant started the started the two periodicals. Periodicals also known as the newspaper. They are New India and Commonwealth. New India and Commonwealth. Keep in mind, New India and Commonwealth. Yesterday I forgot to tell you this, so that's why now I am telling this. Okay, so these are the two periodicals. Periodicals means newspaper was published by the Annie Besant, that is the New India and Commonwealth. Next we have to know about the Narayana Guru, Sri Narayana Guru. He is also one of the famous religious reformer, Narayana Guru. Sri Narayana Guru so he was established the Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam in Kerala. He established the Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam. He established the, keep in mind, Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam. one organization, it is Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam in Kerala. Narayana Guru established the Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam. It is one of the organization in Kerala because Narayana Guru basically he was a Keralian. Okay. Next, why he has established this Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam? Because to strengthen the backward and exploited class people, which is that backward class of people, nothing but the lower caste people, I mean SC, ST people, okay, to strengthen them, to bring them to the main stage of a society, Narayana Guru established the Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam. And so he believed always all the peoples are equal. There is no superior or there is no inferior. So that's why he promote the lower caste people, because you know that in a previous days many lower caste peoples not allowed to go for the temple, right? Is it? But Narayana Guru in Kerala, he allowed the lower caste people to go for the temple through the one movement that is popularly known in a history. It's recorded as temple entry movement. Temple entry movement. As he has conducted one temple entry movement, through this movement he allowed the lower caste people forcefully to go for the temple. So in that he got a success also. I think you know about that. In Kerala the famous temple is Guruvayuru temple. Even till today it is a very famous. How Tirupati is famous, in the same way Guruvayuru temple is also famous temple in Kerala. Okay, so he allowed not to the ordinary temple, he allowed the people to not to go for a ordinary temple, he allowed them to go for the very famous temple, that is the Guruvayuru temple. Okay, and he also built own temple for the lower caste actually to do the puja and everything. So that is okay, through that he has what fight against the great system, that is the caste system. That thing you have to keep in mind. So next we have to know about the Periyar movement. This is about Sri Narayana Guru, and now it is about the Periyar movement. Periyar movement. Periyar movement, it is also known as, this movement is also known as the non-Brahmin movement. Non-Brahmin movement. So non-Brahmin movement in the sense it's not related to the Brahmin. I mean against to the Brahmins, because previous years Brahmins are they are themselves, they has created one status for them, and they are very rich actually, and no one has even the lower caste people very afraid for them even to touch. They want to talk by standing the very far away distance. So that is the rule is there. So against those class people, so now Brahmin class people, so this movement, Periyar movement, was started by the Ramaswamy, okay, E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. Periyar movement was started by E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar in Tamil Nadu. E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar. Where? In Tamil Nadu. TN means Tamil Nadu. Keep in mind, Periyar movement was started by E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar in Tamil Nadu. So in Tamil Nadu, Periyar means they are giving more respect for that. What is the meaning of Periyar? Periyar means senior person or respectful person. Keep in mind. What is the meaning of Periyar in Tamil Nadu? That is senior person or respectful person. Okay, I mean almost for a Ramaswamy Naikar in Tamil Nadu, what they are giving one superior respect for him, okay, superior respect for him, and in a love, with love, the people of Tamil Nadu called the Ramaswamy Nayakar as a Periyar. Periyar means senior person, respectful person. So that's why that movement carried the name Periyar movement, okay. Next, he rejected the racism in the sense caste, discrimination of people based on caste or color, that is called as the racism. Color in the sense what, black, white, like that, okay. This system more exists particularly in America or Africa, South Africa particularly. So that is called as the racism. Racism means discriminating the people. Discrimination means dividing the people based on color and a caste, okay. So in the name of racism, supremacy, and supremacy, he rejected what system, that is the racism system, and he also opposed the Sanskrit language, literature, caste system, Sanskrit language, and also the caste system, okay. Because Sanskrit language only reserved for the Brahmins, they thought like that, okay. No one cannot learn, can't able to understand the Sanskrit like that. That has developed in the minds of the Brahmin. So that's why he rejected complete the Sanskrit language, what are there in a Sanskrit books, and everything is translated to the own language of Tamil Nadu. And he started the Dravida Kolagam, that is very important. Dravida Kolagam, actually one moment, it is Dravida Kolagam. So this is one of the association. It is one of the association. Association means Sangha. So he started the Dravida Kolaga Association for the equal society. Dravida in the sense South Indian peoples are called as Dravida. North Indian peoples are called as Aryans. We are all called as Dravidians. Dravidians in the sense, keep in mind, South Indian peoples, okay, and North Indian peoples are called as the Aryans, okay. So before that, in King Bharata ruling, by that time only the two caste, by that time one is called the Dravidians and the Aryans. Aryans are called as the North Indian people, and Dravidians are called as the South Indian people, okay. For the South Indian people only, he has established the association, that is Dravida Kolagam, okay, Kolagam, for mainly for the that main aim is to bring the equal society. There is no caste system, there is no superior or there is no inferior. So by his work, even till today also, he become one of the ideological person or ideological symbol in Tamil Nadu. Who? That is the C.V. Ramaswamy Nayakar, shortly known as Periyar. So this is about the Periyar movement. I think the lesson has completed. So from the next class, we have to move for the geography. So till that, keep watching. Thank you.